We're making chocolate angel food cake. This is my first time ever making angel food cake, and especially chocolate angel food cake. I'm very excited. We're gonna go through this process. We're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, we're gonna sweat. Okay, the first thing we need is cake flour, but I don't have that. You're supposed to use cake flour because it's like makes for really light, airy, fluffy cakes. I don't even like cake. So I make this for my family because I love them. I'm the type of person where I prefer to have something way more dense, like cookies, brownies, cheesecake, things like that, you know? So to make the cake flour, you have to use a cup of regular all-purpose flour, and then you mix in some cornstarch. And that supposedly, from Google, thank you Google, makes cake flour. Okay, as I'm spilling everything. I'm supposed to remove 2 tablespoons and add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. There have been plenty of times where I've accidentally either just forgotten how many things I've put in, or like I'm using the wrong can of whatever. So we always have to double check. And now I'm just gonna mix them together. All right, now we have our homemade cake flour. Now for the actual recipe, I went into a Michael's, and this is something I always do. This is a trick, by the way. You should definitely do this. You should write this down. You should remember this for next time. And any store that has like magazines, cookbooks, things like that, I was in there, I saw that they had an Amish cookbook, and so I was like, I'll just flip through that for a few mins. I saw this recipe. I showed my mom, and I was like, should we make this? Because she loves angel food cake, and so there you go. I just took a picture. Now I'm just putting this into a new bowl to sift my dry ingredients together. Some of my best recipes, actually, best things I've made, desserts, have been from magazines or cookbooks I've seen in stores, and I've just taken pictures of them and then made them at home, and it's just the best. Our star of the show, 4th cup of cocoa powder. And I do everything with the knife because I just like things to be precise, you know? I don't know how to not make a mess when I'm baking. Now we just need a 4th teaspoon of salt. Salt. Looks good to me. We're giving this a quick mix together. And then we get on to the hard part. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be hard. Again, I've never made this before in my life. I'm making that up. I don't know if it's gonna be difficult or easy, but it's whipping up the eggs and the cream of tartar. All right, now we need to crack, like, it says 14 to 16 egg whites is what you need. So it's like 2 cups. Let's see how many I can do successfully with just one hand. Oh wait, this is just the white. Oh my gosh, I forgot. We're just gonna do this with the yolks. That's how, crap, I just let go of the white. I'm gonna save the yolks because that's a lot of eggs to throw out. So I'm saving the yolks. This is for the whites. So I'm going like this. Yeah, all right. Now we're back in business. Let's see how many eggs we use. How many was it? 2? All right. And I know that with yolks you can make like a custard type of thing, so maybe I'll do that. But again, I've actually never done that before in my life, so I don't know. I have no idea. I already lost count of how many I've been using. Alright, so we have a cup of egg whites so far. That was gross. Ew. Okay, then we just need some more to get 1 more cup. If I had known I needed this many eggs, I wouldn't have had eggs for breakfast this morning. I have like a million bowls in front of me. This is so funny. If you want a clean area, I don't think baking is the activity for you. But maybe it is. Maybe I'm just messier than most. I don't know. Ew. Oh my gosh, this one looks gross. And there's always that like white thing. Okay. It was that. The thing that just flung off of that yolk. That white thing is always like attached to the yolk. It's like that little piece of, I don't even know, fat or something. I put a little bit of yolk in there by accident. I wonder if I can get that out. I'm like bending over, I'm like a little hunchback. I don't know why I'm bending over like this. I think just one more should be good. These are jumbo eggs, by the way, which my dad probably wanted to eat. Not probably, he definitely wanted to eat these, but priorities, you know? Okay, there's like a little piece of yolk. I'm trying to get it. Oh wait, it's like an amoeba. Ew, this is gross. I don't think that's working. I think it's fine. It's just a little piece of yolk. Now we need 1 teaspoon cream of tartar. I have no idea what that is. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it is. Like, where does this come from? I mean, like, the source of it. Like, where does cream of tartar originate? Oh my gosh. I think it's gonna break my nail. This is when you need a man to be like, man? Oh, it smells weird. Oh my gosh. If you can't tell, it's my first time ever using cream of tartar. So we just need a teaspoon of that. Okay. It fell into the egg whites and it's still in its ball of like a teaspoon ball of it. Can you see that right there? We have our egg yolks that we're saving, cream of tartar mixed with the egg whites, and then we have our flour mixture. All right, I'm gonna use a hand mixer and this whisk to blend them together. I probably should have watched like a video on how to make angel food cake before I did this, but it's getting there. All right, let's see. It's supposed to form soft peaks. That looks pretty good, right? Look how good that looks. That is a soft peak if I've ever seen one. I mean, it doesn't smell appetizing, but it looks good. I mean, who knew egg whites could do so? That was close. That was close. Okay, we're not gonna pick that up anymore. I was just gonna say who knew egg whites could do such a thing, but it's not that important for me to be like, you know, you get the gist. It fluffs up, I don't know. We're gonna gently fold in the vanilla and then the sugar a teaspoon at a time. So we only have a teaspoon of vanilla. And as you know, I like to just measure it with the cap because this is the kind of thing you measure with your heart. That looks good to me. I'm trying to be like extra careful now because I almost spilled this whole thing on the counter. I usually use a spatula when I fold stuff in, but this little ladle spoon thing is what I grab, so that's what we're using. And you're supposed to fold it in because you don't want to lose all that air that you just whipped into it, because angel food cake, if you've ever had it, it's just like the lightest, fluffiest thing ever. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. For some reason you can see like the spots of the vanilla. This is what she looks like. What a beauty. You see like the little spots of vanilla for some reason. I don't know why, but it looks good to me. So now we need 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. Well, I probably shouldn't pour it over this, but I think it's gonna be okay. Wow, I'm like inhaling the puff of sugar cloud that just came out of that. All right, now I'm supposed to fold in the sugar a tablespoon at a time. Oh my gosh, it's so weird because it just smells like eggs right now. Almost like sweet eggs from the vanilla. You know that scene from Schitt's Creek when he has to like fold in the cheese? That's what I think of sometimes when I have to fold stuff in, like when I'm baking and everything. Amish people do this exact thing that I'm doing right now. Isn't that crazy? But then they'll never see this video. That's just crazy. Like I'm doing something that a woman living in an Amish community right now could be doing at this exact moment. Actually on the recipe, it says, we always like chocolate angel food cake better than white because it has more flavor. She was the family's angel food cake baker on noodle making days. The Amish have noodle making days, and she made the angel food cake. It's amazing. Seriously though, if you've ever been to an Amish market, it's so cool. And their food is so good. Okay, wait, this is weird. It never says what to do with the flour mixture. I mean, obviously you're gonna put it in there, I guess I'll just do it now. What a weird step to skip. It literally says you sift the dry ingredients, which I did. Then it tells you to do the whole egg white thing, which we did. And then it just says pour into the pan and bake. What about? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know why I didn't just expect this to happen. Oh my gosh, that's like a little bit slimier than I was expecting this to be. All right, forget it. Forget that. I'm guessing you just fold in the flour mixture into this. I'll just do maybe like half and then the second half. But again, it's not like it's written in the instructions or anything, so. Okay, now that I realize that step wasn't really there, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Did we do it right? We have no idea. Like, yeah, it's fluffy, but we'll never know until we take it out of the oven. This is what it looks like. It looks pretty good, right? But again, I actually have no idea because I've never made this before. So you make it in this pan, right? And this part comes out. But tell me why I feel like the batter is just gonna leak right through this. How would it not? How would it not just leak right through? Okay, you're not gonna believe this. Actually, you might believe it with the way this has been going. You might believe it. I just looked up a video of someone who bakes for a living, okay? They're a professional baker. And his batter looked much better than this one. His was like, it like held its form when you pushed it, you know? Mine is more of like a liquid. I don't know why. He also did not line the pan on the bottom at all. So that's not, I will not be doing that either. So we're just gonna see how it goes. Oh my gosh. Okay, the pouring of that went pretty well. And I just want to kind of even it out. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. It's like jiggling when I do this. Look at the consistency of this. Isn't that weird? And in the video I saw, he like took a skewer and kind of like moved it around in there because you don't want any air bubbles because you want it to be nice and just fully cake. So we're using a knife. All right, this is what it looks like. It looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good. I mean, I lifted it up and there's no leakage underneath. So that's a good sign. I don't know why we can see some cocoa powder bits just strewn about there, all those little dots, but it's fine. We're just gonna ignore that. We'll take a little before selfie with our creation. Pop it into the oven. Oh, just kidding. It doesn't, okay. Okay, doesn't fit. Just a moment. All right, okay. Take two. I moved the rack down so it should work. All right, I'm supposed to leave that in there for 40 minutes. Now there are only 5 minutes left on my timer, so let's take a peek and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, that looks good. Look at this, look at this. I just took it out and it looks pretty professional. But the thing is, I don't have like long skewers, so I just have these short little toothpicks. I don't know if it's fully done. I think it is. I didn't have it in there for a full 45 minutes, but like, the toothpick looks good to me. Now I'm supposed to invert it onto something. We're gonna invert it onto this. It has like this thing on top of a big pan. Okay, and it's just supposed to sit like that until it fully cools. Whoa, that is so cool. This is so cool. I can't believe I did this. Wow, that is so cool. Not to toot my own horn, but I think I make the best homemade whipped cream probably ever. It's so good. I don't skimp on the powdered sugar, I don't skimp on the vanilla, and you can tell. It's time to serve up this deliciousness. So our final product, our dessert menu of the night, is our homemade chocolate angel food cake. That's gotta be at least 4 inches tall, I'm not even kidding. And then we have our homemade whipped cream, best and easiest thing ever, and then a nice bowl of mixed berries. You know how when you cut the first slice of a cake, it's always the worst piece? So I thought that was how this was gonna turn out. But then I pull it out. Ta-da! Look how beautiful that is. Basically perfect, if I do say so myself. My family liked it so much. Look at my dad. He's eating it with a fork right off the pan. Come on now.